Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badrudduja and today we are going to solve lab number 8 from the Business Logic Flaw from Web Security Academy. This is a server side topic. And one very important thing I want to discuss or mention today, that anything you perform, any task you perform through a web application, all those tasks, all those goals, all those events actually written as a logic. So developer once write the code for to perform any task or to perform any goal. So the developer actually write a logic. Fine. So even if there is authentication, registering a user, uploading a file, fine, to perform any transaction, adding user, deleting user, anything you perform through a web application, it is actually written as a logic. Languages can be anything. It could be PHP, Python, Java, fine. Framework could be anything, but the main thing is logic. So if you do not write a good logic, or if you do not have a good approach for that logic, so you maybe later have to pay. That's been said, this disclaimer as always for you: this video and its contents are only for educational purpose and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. I really don't want you to watch these videos and get excited and you try to find out the same vulnerabilities or same technique you apply for other web applications. Please do not do that, because it is not legal. Fine. So whenever any organization go for penetration testing, so they have a deal. They actually sign a deal in which the organization give some authority to the penetration testing organization to test their web application. Although there are free a lot of platforms for the penetration testers where you can test applications, but before going to that platforms like Bugcrowd and integrity and all, you must have your logics and you must have prior knowledge. Fine. So that's been said, let's jump to the lab. So authentication bypass via flawed state machine. Perhaps I already covered this lab in the authentication module, but I was confused, so I decided to cover that lab here. Okay, so this lab makes flawed assumption about the sequence of event in the login process. Fine. So these labs are very easy because you already know where the problem exists. So as here, you now know that the flaw exists in login process. Now to solve the lab, exploit this flaw to bypass the lab's authentication and access the admin interface and delete Carlos account, and we have a valid user credential. Username is Wiener and the password is Peter. So now here you know that access the admin interface, it means that application have a admin panel, and which can be only accessed by the administrator user or a user who have the administrative privileges. So because I'm using the Burp Suite community edition, so I don't have the capabilities for the content discovery. Although as I before mentioned that there are many ways actually to perform the same task. So here I'm going to again use the GoBuster, and as you can see here in this GoBuster, I'm going to use dub and common.txt file as a word list, and this is my URL which you can copy from here. Okay, and because this URL is HTTPS, so I use space -k switch to ignore the SSL warnings, and number of threads I'm going to use 40. So if I hit enter here, in a minute you will see the directories belongs to this application. So here, as you can see, this application has /admin directory, but the status for this directory is 401, means unauthorized, right? So let's go and try to access this directory /admin. Hit enter, and here you can see admin interface only available if logged in user is administrator or as administrator, right? Fine, go back to the home. It means that we do not have admin privileges, and even I did not log in up to now. So I just intercept is off so that I can capture all the requests silently, and on the browser I'm going to turn on the burp proxy. Now let's go and log in. So WIENER, Wiener is the username and the password is Peter. Hit enter. Fine. Now once I log in, I got another step, and this step is I need to select my role. So according to what role I select, I will get the privileges to access the resources on this web application. So if it's a normal user, maybe there is only few basic tasks this user can perform, or few resources this user can Wiener user can access. Another role is content author. So if I choose content author, so maybe I have few more resources, or I have access to few more functionality or features of this web application, but there is no administrator role. So anyway, I just select the user role, and after selecting the user role, I actually logged in. Yeah, so I'm logged in as Wiener. Fine. Now I'm going to log out and turn off the burp proxy. Go back to the burp proxy to analyze each request and response for the login process. So this is the post request for the login, where I put the username and password, and the application redirect us to the role selector path. Now this is role selector path. Here we have a page where we have two roles. One is user and another one is content author. When we choose any of those roles, so this is going to be the post request, and in this post request you can see the role we choose is role is equal to user, and then once I make submit, it again takes me to the root directory. Actually, this is the main part, these two requests, get role selector and post role selector. So what I am going to do now is, this time again I am going to log in, WIENER Wiener, and the password is going to be Peter. Login, forward this request. Now it gives us the one more request which is going to the role selector. So now what I want to do is I just want to drop this request. Fine. So once I drop this request, here as you can see the role selector, so I don't want this request, and just hit enter, and from here just forward this request. And as you can see here, by default, if we drop the role selector request, or if we bypass the role selector request, by default we get the admin panel. So go to the admin panel. Must forward all these requests. Intercept is off. So just delete the Carlos account to solve the lab, and congratulations, you solved the lab. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the content, please like, subscribe and share as much as you can, and see you in the next video. If you have any query, please put your query in the comment section and I will try to respond as soon as possible. Bye.